of delivery phased. The test match got over in just 642 deliveries in 142 years of test cricket history. It is one of the shortest test matches, and what a result for India, right? Match just got over in 5 sessions, 2.5 days. So unfortunately, the talks will be not about India's victory. It will be about the pitch. It will be about the pitch curator and the contest matches going till 5 days. Especially one key thing is technique of batsmen. It's batters are not technically good as previous how it was, I think, 5-6 years ago, where batters were solid. Batters were so technically good that they can adjust according to any situation. So hello all, welcome to RCB Pavilion. India beat South Africa in the second test in Cape Town. It is the quickest test match in terms of result and in terms of delivery phased. The test match got over in just 642 deliveries in 142 years of test cricket history. It is one of the shortest test matches, and what a result for India, right? Match just got over in 5 sessions, 2.5 days. So unfortunately, the talks will be not about India's victory. It will be about the pitch. It will be about the pitch curator and the conditions. So all eyes will be on the match referee and what rating he gives to the pitch, right? So I will just leave you with Rohit Sharma comments here. Just go through that.
In India, day one, the pitch starts turning. People start talking about it. Oh, the puff of dust. Puff of dust. There's so much crack here on the pitch. People are not looking about that. I honestly don't mind playing in pitches like this. As long as everyone keeps their mouth shut in India. I don't talk too much about Indian pitches, honestly.
So Rohit Sharma's, I think I totally support Rohit Sharma's comment here, right? Regarding pitch report and regarding pitch rating, especially because if a match gets over in India in the same, I mean, what you can tell, in the same way, like if a match gets over in India in 2 days, there will be a lot of criticism that ball is turning from day one. It's not a good pitch for batters. I mean, ICC will rate pitch as poor rating because they even rated the ICC World Cup final pitch as a poor. So guys, I have a couple of points here. I know a lot of differences among my friends and in general conversation that there should be really good pitch. So I have a couple of points here. So see guys, for me, pitch is totally dependent on home conditions, right? See, I totally understand they prepare pitch based on their side and their strength because you are playing at home. So for example, if India are playing, India will prepare turning tracks. So it's not about India preparing turning tracks. It depends on the conditions, it depends on the nature, and it depends where you're playing, because in subcontinent you won't get pitches like how pitches are in Australia, England and South Africa, because it's nature and you are not bound to get the same pitches in all over the country, right? I mean, not all over the country, but all over the world. If there are same pitches everywhere, then what's the fun of playing test cricket? What's the fun of playing away and home, right? So that's the reason. And so I think first of all, if they want, ICC wants to criticize, they criticize all over. For example, I am okay with ICC rating poor pitch for yesterday's pitch in Cape Town, then I will be totally fine, because it should not be like only Indian pitches are getting criticized, right? If you are criticizing Indian pitches for match getting over in 3 days, then you have to criticize South African pitches, England pitches, Australia pitches for the matches getting over in 3 days, irrespective of what, irrespective of good bowling. Because end of the day, I don't think you can just win a match in 2.5 days until and unless pitch does so much. So why not criticize all over? Or what you can do is stop criticizing. What's the fun then? If you're coming to India, you have to play turning tracks. If you're going to South Africa, you have to play in that kind of conditions. If you go to England, you have to play overcast conditions, swing conditions. That's the fun. If you go to Australia, you have to play extra pace, bounce. So if you prepare like neutral pitches everywhere, what's the fun of playing test cricket, and what's the fun of playing home series, overseas series? That's if you look at 18 mark from 100, what a brilliant 100 it was, right? So if a touring batsman scores 100 in that kind of pitches, that's the fun, right? That's when that player gets motivated. That goes to one of the history knocks, right? It becomes one of the great knocks in history. So that motivates player. No players want to play in a bad pitch or where the pitch has been rated poor. So that's my point, number one point, that let it be neutral. Let's not in future, let's not rate pitches based on match getting in 2.5 days or 3 days. Let it be home conditions for irrespective where you are playing. If South Africa let the pitches how they want to prepare, that's a test for a touring side, right? So I feel this complaining about pitches, poor pitches, I don't think it works out, and especially how we are moving forward in cricket, I think it needs to stop. Or you put a comment without biased that this yesterday's pitch also was poor, and whatever pitches prepared in India in turning track, that also are poor. But what I am noticing is they are just criticizing Indian pitches because it turns from ball one. So I don't think how it differs, because if in India, obviously India will prepare turning tracks, and batters should play in the turning tracks, right? How India played yesterday in just seaming track, and there were, as Rohit Sharma called out exactly, there were a lot of tracks on the pitch. So we never complain, and to be frank, players never complain, right? It's all about the media, it's all about the ICC, it's all about the media getting in the news and creating the controversy. So I feel that should stop. And the number two, what I want to discuss here, guys, see, if you look at the quality of batters and the quality of cricketers right now, it's called a T20 generation. So if you look at the techniques, if you look at how a batter plays or how they approach test crickets, it's totally different. So test matches, I don't think going forward there will be test matches going till 5 days. Especially one key thing is technique of batsmen. Batters are not technically good as previous how it was, I think 5-6 years ago, where batters were solid, batters were so technically good that they can adjust according to any situations. So if you look at Indian conditions, if you look at Indian players itself, they don't play spin that well. So that's why in Indian tracks, if the ball is turning square, Indian players also struggle. It's not like they dominate. Indian players also struggle, and one of the main reasons are Indians are not good at spin bowling now, how it was before. So that is one more point. And if you look at a pitch like yesterday's, players are not used to that kind of swing, that kind of bounce. The technique is not that good as previous players. So that is one more thing, and that is one more thing which ICC and all these cricket boards should look into, that players are not good technically as it was before. So matches are bound to get over soon because they don't have that grit, determination or technique to survive in a very tricky pitch, correct? So that's one more thing I want to highlight. And so so the number 3 point is, see, when we talk about home and away conditions, guys, so see, if you look at a perfect scenario is yesterday's match, it was totally in favor of South Africa, right? How pitch behaved, but India won the test match. Why? Because India also had a quality bowling attack. So it doesn't nullify a result for either side. So what's the complaint here? Whoever plays a better cricket will win the test match. Even if it's turning, even if it's seaming, even if it's bouncing, it's helping for both the sides, right? It's not like, okay, it's only helping home team. That's exactly what happened yesterday, like in the test match. It was tailor-made for South Africans, but who took the advantage? India took the advantage because South Africa thought nothing will happen. They won the toss and elected to bat, but India just blew them away. So, and the same thing in India pitches also. See, if it's turning, opposition side also have the liberty to pick the spinners based on the conditions. If they have international quality spinners, they are responsible to take wickets on the turning tracks. So, and India have lost so many matches like that. Against England one year, I think it maybe a little bit back, where England won the series. They dominated. Monty Panasa just dominated the Indian side. So if you're bowling a spin really well, you have chance in India as well. If your batters are playing spin really good, you have an excellent chance. If your spinners are bowling really well, you have an excellent chance. So my question is, what's the problem here? Why you have to rate pitch poor when both the sides have equal chance to win a test match irrespective of the conditions? I totally understand if pitch is hazardous and it's causing trouble for the batters, it's not safe for the batters, then you can rate the pitch poor. Because in either ways, both the sides have equal chance to win the game. So